Recording in progress.
Hey, cash flow statement lecture number 2. Oh, lecture number 2. Cash flow statement hi full chapter hi YouTube ka upload anga. Full chapter on YouTube. Oh, full chapter on YouTube ka upload on hi. So then haran detail to ka cash flow statement hi kan upload anga full in request hom tla ta sa full in upload the angem the request unload da. Oh, so then request to jot ID ka boy thak thina ni anuam lo thina full syllabus full chapter ka dam chuan hei hi ka hrin le cheunga 7005721165. This is my number. Ka number ania problem in nature WhatsApp min DM the chuan offline in tuition kan pe thina offline in tuition kan pe online in kan pe bokani into chuan online or offline tuitions in join the tinge maralok camera hi siam chalok ang adik to em tikhan tinge le okay, fine. Question number 21. First question of this lecture will be question number 21. Question number 21 and mine. Provision for taxi nge ti kan thriam phutangai. Provision for taxi kan thriam phutangai lo chuan kan boizel don. So let's understand what is provision for tax. Okay. So real life in kan thriam real life, how it works in real life. Timeline siam taila. Here's timeline kan siam ange. 3 years timeline. Before this, kan share to chumo. Business kan run atro, business kan run atro, business kan run na chan hinge. Kan ti chuan profit kan earn du wangania. Tro profit oriented. We want to earn profit, so we started a business. Tro business kan run na chan chu profit kan du wangania. Chuan kan share le to chumo. In this profit, tax hi kan pay ka ngai chinani. Tax to the government, to the government. Tax to the government of India. Tax kan pay ka ngai chin. And then P&L account kan siam chin. Tro class 11.0 nga profit and loss account. Ayan GP yom ta se. Here all the expenses will be written, right? Expense also ka expense or loss also ka kan ziak chin ta tro. Chan atopa net profit kan calculate chin ani. Anim net profit kan calculate chin tro. Hemi net profit ahian tax kan pay ka ngai chin ani. Tax kan pay ka ngai chin. Let's assume the net profit hi 100 ni ta se. Tax rate hi 10%. Tax rate hi 30% ti taila. Tax 30% ti taila. 100 atang tax kan pay to so en yang. Tax will be 100 into 30%. Nilemo. Tax hi kan pay ngi ngayam. Is it mandatory? Is it mandatory or optional? Hi kan share tangai ni. Is it mandatory or optional? Tax hi pay ngi ngay. Tax hi kan pay ngi ngay. Profit kan nei chuan kan pay ngi ngay nga. Loss om chuan there will be tax saving. Can carry forward anga kan write off the don ni khachu in thethiam lo pon poi chawla further studies in zer don ni he loss tax saving kan nei dona tax saving he hin akina further studies in zer don ca in zer phe jon in zer chiang don lo tu he tu la shi chon in chet tu chu profit on piang in tax kan pay ka ngai thin tax kan pay ka ngai thin. Okay, so it is mandatory to pay tax to the government kumtin tax kan pay ngi ngai so let's understand this. How does this provision of tax work? Inge provision for taxi and tinge kan chu chin and tinge kan taxi kan pay chin tite kan thet kan pe kang he 2013 ni ta se 2014 2015 3 years timeline in kan thet yamang le 1st January 2013 a business kan chananga tro calendar year follow taila. Okay, and normally business achon mo horo he adik thailawang normally business achon 1st April 2013 business kan chan donani. Normally the business follows financial year. Financial year unfollow lang puini business achon mo loko ka camera hi dik thailo an siam thalokang. Normally business achon mo real life achon calendar year unfollow vak lo ni financial year unfollow thinani. Financial year chu 1st April 2023 atang chananga then will end on 31st March 2014. oh he kum khatan yang he 2013 14 14 15 15 16 tikhan oh so next year he again 104 2014 atananga 31st 3 2015 topang oh John another year will start on 1 4 15 and it'll end on 31st 3 60 tikhan 3 years timeline in katrathiamang oh 3 years timeline in katrathiamang le 3 years timeline in katrathiamang oh okay now see business kan chan do na tro 1st April kumthara chananga 1st April kumthara chananga and it will go up to 31st December 2014 he kumtop ni ta se oh 31st December 2014 he kumtop anya oh kan shet chu 31st December 31st December sorry 31st March trading account oh profit and loss account le balance sheet kan siam ngi ngai oh financial statements ante tro financial statements kan siam ngi ngai omje chu 1 year, this year will have its own financial statement. Next year, apo kan siyam chale don. Oh, then again on the next year, we will have new financial statement. Every year, new financial statement he kan siyam zel lang. New every year, new financial statement kan siyam zel don. Umje cho kum khata what is the financial position of a business? Every year kan check don ani. Oh, every year P&L account kan siyam mga trading business ani chon trading account kan siyam mga. Every year P&L kan siyam mga every year balance sheet kan siyam don ni. Okay. So in short tu cho 1st April 2013 a business kan tan chuan if the year starts kum top chu 31st March 2014 ania. Oh, le kan shet chu 31st 3 2014 books can close nga tro books closed prepare you have to prepare financial statements oh financial statement can prepare nga balance sheet te trading account P&L account te kan siam nga tro le now see hemi period chungin transaction kan nei zong kha trading account profit and loss account le balance sheet akan ta do na tro 31st March 2014 profit and loss account kan prepare nga profit and loss account kan prepare nga tro profit and loss account kan siam na chan hi nge kha profit or loss kan shed du bang ania tro 2013 le 14 during this period inge kan profit or inge kan loss ti kan shed du bang ania tro profit and loss account kan siam thin oh loss yum lo ta se profit sia hi sathiam ta ila oh let's only understand profit profit kan siam hi let's say rupees 100 oh profit kan siam hi let's say rupees 100 during this period hemi period chung transactions also nga profit kan siam chu let's say rupees 100 oh tahan tax rate hi 30% ti taila tax at the rate 30% ti taila oh tax kan pek tur hi jang en yang le rupees 30 pero balance 70 rupees hi shareholders kan transfer ang companies ania tro companies chon partner thela ba shareholders ania oh shareholders profit kan se mga in the form of dividend oh or appropriation generally is a pate kan transfer thebo ka tro that depends on the business okay so profit 100 profit 100 rupees kan eta profit atang tax kan pek to hi 30 rupees achan chu tax rate hi 30 ania oh profit chon tax kan pek ngi ngai oh chon real life how it works in real life kan chet lengai oh hemi period chung tax kan suit khamo hemi period chung tax kan collect kha kan calculate kha next year 31st July theng kan pek theini oh omje chumo how it really works 31st December 31st March kan close tro books kan close tro it is not possible to prepare the profit and loss account and financial statements on the very same day 31st December 31st March siam phal theilo ni oh achan chu adjustment tam tak angai thina provision adjustment te oh then if there is any adjustment for provision for bad debts right and if there is any adjustment for different things theini depreciation te tro kan adjust back angai thina ni kum topa 31st March emo 31st December oh real life on 31st March ani thin okay so 31st March adjustment tam tak siam angai thina so it is not possible to finalize the books 31st December books kan final hal thailo ni oh profit kan shoot hal thailo we need some time real life oh so what the government says okay fine no problem hemi period chung tax impact tur kha hemi period chung tax impact tur kha next year ape me ro oh July theng non audit SSC non audit case ani chon July theng hun min pathin ani oh audit case ani chon there is another time but non audit ani chon audit and books kha audit angai lo ani chon 31st July theng hun min pathin ani je chumo hemi period tax kha next year akan pay kangai oh the tax of this period will be paid on the next year before 31st July. Intratiemem. So here kan shed to chumo. Text kan pek to kha 30 ani atro rupees 30. Text kan pek to kha rupees 30 for 2013 and 14. For 2013 and 14. For 2013 and 14. Oh, text kan pek to kha rupees 30 for 2013 and 14 tro hemi period chung tax can collect can calculate hi 30 ani tro so this 30 rupees will be paid here before 31st July next year akan pay kangai oh left profit and loss account hi siam taila profit and loss account siam taila oh hey by GP ania let's say the GP is 100 then the net profit will also be 100 I mean net profit at tax can pay kangai hi 30 ania oh see 30 rupees mo hemi period tax kan sud kha profit and loss account can transfer kha langai ni oh this the tax belongs to this period the tax belongs to this period so profit and loss account kan da kha lang oh ma se paisa kan pek tur hi next year de nia oh paisa chu next year chok don ni bank account will reduce next year oh kan se thiam em helai hi kan se thiam em helai hi om je chu mo 2013 le 14 kan en hian 2013 le 14 kan en chuan kan profit and loss account hi 2013 le 14 exact nge reduce rupees 30 na hi matro mase tax khachu next year ade nia kan pek tu oh so bank account will be reduced on 2014 or 15 with rupees 30,000 oh elahi kan thathiam ngai this is how it actually works in real life okay john hemi period hi en le taila 2014 le 15 hi en taila hemi period chung tax kan chut kha tax kan calculate kha oh hemi current year tax chu profit and loss account kan transfer ngalanga mase amount chu next year ade kan pek donani oh in this is how it actually works so this is called as provision kum topa 31st March provision kan siam ngi ngai oh 30 rupees ani atro he provision kan siam ngi ngai oh this belongs to the current year so it will be taken to the profit and loss account of the current year concept of prudence kan tia oh future akan pek ngi ngai atro and it belongs to the current year so you take it in the P&L account in the current year only poisa chu next year achu akang poi chong lo pa se current year item ani chon current year akan dang ngi ngai in chon next year 2014 le 15 hi en taila ta hian rupees 30 paisa akan pe chok to tro this belongs to the previous year tro this belongs to the previous year chon hemi period tax kan chut le nga for 2014 and 15 hemi period chung tax kan chut tur kha kan chut le 31st March in so again the amount of tax for this period will be taken to the profit and loss account in the current year chon hemi period chung tax kan pek tu chu next year akan pe okay this is how it actually works oh in lo chuan crux in conclusion nan kan soi lang oh left hemi period chung tax can calculate kha tax can pay to kha oh the tax for this period will be paid on the next year oh will be paid on the next year achan chu inge kha 31st March tax kan chu thailo oh account hi kan final thailo ni 31st March kan final hal thailo achan chu adjustment tam takom thina tro adjustment for provisions adjustment for depreciations adjustment for writing off of amortization of intangible assets there adjustment tam takom thina ni oh so it's not possible to calculate it and pay on the same day so what the government says you take some time you pay on the next year oh so hemi period chung tax kan pay to kha next year akan pay ang then the tax for this period will be paid on the next year tikhan every year tikhan kan kal don ni oh but the tax for this period will be taken to the profit and loss account in the same year provision kan siamani oh provision om je chu kan chut ngal theilo kan te tro ma se provision om je chu we are making an assumption that this much may be the tax expense oh 31st December akan siamanga then we will put it in the P&L account dikta ga mo 31st December ang chut ngai lo provision po oh they will take some time they have time till July oh 31st July thing hun an ya so they will do it slowly okay so we don't have to worry about that how it actually works that you will learn later on oh so this period's tax will be taken to the profit and loss account in the current year only tax to next year akan pe meang poi chong lo oh so hemi period chung tax kan chut kha P&L account akan dak lang as provision so tax will be paid on the next year oh so hemi period chung tax kan chut kha P&L account akan dak lang tax to next year akan pe don ani oh understood Understood? This is how provision for text works. Oh, le, insert yam tura ka ngai to. Oh, le, hey hi share tai la. Treatment of text. Case 1 hi chumo in question a kam hulava. Hey can discuss lo me. Oh, case 2 hi kana now. When case 2 treatment of text. Oh, when provision for taxation account is given in the question. Oh, provision for taxation account ha question I mean pay kan icho and take kan tiang. In this case there are two situations. Situation patni om theni. Oh, A2 sorry, when provision for tax account is given in the balance sheet and there is no adjustment. Balance sheet amin pek ringot mase adjustment eng mamlaw. Or under this situation, provision for tax should be treated as current liability and given effect in calculation of cash flow from operating activities. Oh, adjustment eng mamlaw. Koi account si amin pek ani chuan current liability we will treat it as current liability. Liability dangang in can treat me. Oh, increase like decrease kanena then we will make the treatment. Current liability niya text to can pay ngai throw it's a liability so it has to be paid before 12 months so it's a current liability oh can pay ngai adjustment ek maum lo chuan you treat it as normal current liability and you see the increase and decrease and you put on the operating activities current assets sorry current liability in country tanga chuan increase and decrease then we will make the treatment oh it will be preferable if it is treated as non current item. According to this statement, current year will be oh hela hicho can explain to thaba oh kanen le don niya pala oh case number B here when provision for taxation account is given in the balance sheet as well as there is an adjustment also in the question oh case pani om the ni case pani om the atro first case is provision for tax treatment of tax oh treatment of tax there can be two cases case 1 2 only provision for tax account is given oh no adjustment and no adjustment given adjustment ang mamlawan ni chuan dengan tiang treat it as current liability oh current liability ni chuan increase or decrease kana na nga chuan operating activities ha kandang okay case number B2 when provision for tax account is given and adjustment is also given oh this is the two cases this is the two cases oh question kana na nga then we will understand okay so let's see example number 1 oh hey impact niya information oh le provision for tax 2013 na provision kan nei chu 37500 anya so 2014 na provision kan nei chu 43750 oh hey opening anya and this is the closing oh this is the opening and this is the closing this is the opening and this is the closing okay le no additional information dang eng mamla patro so you treat it as normal current liability so this one will be treated as other current liability sangin kan treat ang okay so inge increase and decrease kanang oh 2013 2014 increase ani atro so increase ani chan kan tiang add increase in current liabilities can add 3 natro so provision for tax oh Zaina 37,500 plus 43750 so it will be 37,500 minus 43750 so it will be 6250 hey can add up the operating activities oh cash flow from operating activities this is as per your textbook oh material life achon tikhanan tingai lo oh in syllabus achon hi tikhan means tira tro so we will do it this way mase extra information extra knowledge in do one you please watch this oh how we used to normally assume and tia kan assume train kan nang oh hi kan rapanga 2013 le 14 tro hi additional extra knowledge ani chu in do lo cho in fast forward thei nia okay so 2013 2013 2014 oh le 2013 he balance kan nei chu ni atro this is the balance on 2013 he closing balance 2013 ami ani atro so this is the tax for this period oh tax kan pek tu chu he hinia for 2013 in thm kum to pa provision kan siam thin kan tiatro so kum to pa provision kan siam tu chu he hinia 37500 oh chan kan thiat le chu hemi period a tax kan chut kha next year akan pek nga atro next year akan pe thin ani okay so 37500 hi pnl account akan transfer nga PNL account 2013 a chuan PNL account akan transfer anga he achan chu this tax expense belongs to the 2013 period tro paisa chu next year akan pedona khachu tu shanania okay and 37500 will be paid bank account kan ti manga on 2014 in this is the expense of 2013 he nyatro he this is the tax for this period mase tax kan pek tu chu next year ania oh and this is the amount which will be reduced from the bank account. Bank account na tang chuan he continue donani 2014 a in oh chuan now what is this 2013 balance kan nei chu 3737500 ania tro he opening ania sorry he closing ani chuan next year opening ania nga tro je chu he nia kan pek tur this is the amount to be paid on 2014. Opening balance of provision for tax account to 37,500 anya. Oh, this belongs to the previous year, which will be paid in the 2014 year, in the current year. July, or let's say 31st anya tro. So we will pay it before this period. Oh, hey, bank katanga chua. Then again, hey, 2014 balance ka tro closing balance to 43750. Closing balance to 43750. Oh, what is this? Hey, chu text for this period. This is the text for this period. 2014 business kan na tro first gen timeng gen chu adik thei dong lo ma se pelo oh first gen atang 31st December thang business kan ran dong na tro ta hian profit kan chut le dona profit can calculate le dona then we will have to calculate the tax oh hemi period a tax can pay to he hinia oh so now this will be paid on the next year which is 2015 in but this belongs to the 2014 period oh hemi period a kan danging nga tro it belongs to this period so profit and loss account to 2014 a kan tin amount oh bank account to next year a hiam don ni in so this is how actually it is done mase below oh if you understand it's fine or if you don't understand in my information pack you treat it as normal current liabilities oh in hilahi tem technical de kamo hilahi in do pan poi chong lo na kina kanen le me don nya oh in le now let's come to the question number 21 hi kanen oh question number 21 le question number 21 from the following abstract of balance sheet show the effect of provision for tax on cash flow statement oh equity and liabilities current liabilities and provision for tax oh hey case number b can discuss donani oh case number 1 ani lawatro achan chu additional information min pek hi hey additional information min pek atro engma pek lo se chon normal current liability ang in country tanga ma se adjustment na umatro adjustment na chon account kan siya mangai ni oh so see opening kan pek tur hi 1,20,000 ania tro 2013 na closing balance hi 1,60,000 ani to tro so income tax paid during the year kan pek to 24,000 oh hey account kan siya mga then we will understand tan kan tik nga lang question hen inge tikha so the effect of provision for tax on cash flow statement I effect kan show ngai ni oh account kan siya mang provision for tax account oh provision for tax account hi account ngen yang le provision for tax account is a liability account because pek ngi ngai tro pek ngi ngai ni chon liability account ani liability ani chon ing balance ke ni credit balance ani oh credit side a kandang le opening balance hi 1,20,000 ani tro opening balance hi 1,20,000 ani closing balance hi 1,60,000 closing balance hi 1,60,000 to balance cd chu 1,60,000 oh provision for tax okay now see income tax paid during the year tax kan pek chu engzange 24,000 tro hoi kan dang debit side ang credit side kan dang all someday win kan analyze the oh and journal entry through pon kan analyze the ni he nge information in pay ki income tax paid tax kan pay to 24,000 anya oh tax kan pay to 24,000 anya and ro kumtira tax kan pay tur kan ni hi 1 lakh 20 anya tro kumtira tax kan pay tur kan ni chu 1 lakh 20 anya kumtopa 1 lakh 60 ani to tro tax kan pedon ni enza kan pedon tun kuma 24,000 ani chon debit side ang credit side kan dang tax kan pay chuan kan liability an hiam do na tro 1 lakh 20 at 1 lakh 20 antina 1 lakh 20 at 24,000 kan pedon ani ani chon kan liability an hiam do na tro liability hiam chon debit side kan dang as per liabilities rule tro liabilities account will always have credit balance always have credit balance whenever the value of liability increases we will credit liability value increase ani chon kan credit anga heta credit side kan da anga liability an hiam ani chon debit side kan dang oh tax can pay to dona can liability and him to don nitro with how much with 24,000 so it will be kept on the debit side oh so here to bank he tax can pay to oh bank account bank or cash into there no issue oh tax can pay to cash to nithe bank online in can pay okay so we will write bank oh tax can pay to 24,000 anya le so 24,000 plus 1 lakh 62 and 1 lakh 84 anya tro credit side po 1 lakh 84 ngi nga balancing figure kan zo na nga balancing figure chen sang ele 64,000 oh hey hey ngen yang this is the tax of the current period this is the tax for the current period katikha kumni kan nei ta tro 2 years kan nei ta 2013 2014 oh katikha hemi period tax kan pek tur chu next year ania tro hemi period a tax kan chut kha next year kan pek nga ya okay and hemi period chung tax kan chut kha 2015 akan pek nga ni okay so 24,000 kan pek hi it belongs to this period the tax for this period oh next year 24,000 kan pek nga oh so hemi period chung tax kan chut kha jang yang it will be 64,000 it will be 64,000 oh hemi period chung tax tur chu 64,000 anya hey hi next year akan pek nga don ni oh mase 64,000 hi current year item anya tro current year expense anya so it will be taken to the profit and loss account in the current year itself oh because of the concept of prudence future akan loss tu ni chon kan book hal theini oh this belongs to the current period so it will be taken to the profit and loss account akan dang halang current period oh amount chu next year akan pay kanga hachu thusan ania oh mase P&L account chu tun kuma current year akan debit ngai okay so this is how it is done he by P&L account akan transfer ang intradium he P&L account akan transfer ang oh hey 1 lakh 20 na taka chon 1 lakh 20 hi kan pek tur ania tro hi kan pek tu opening balance kan pek tur hi nia tro hi kan pek tur ania ma say it's fine as per question 24,000 kan petoa oh then the tax for the current year is 64,000 this will be paid on the next year oh hey 1 lakh 60 hi next year akan pekang hey may 1 lakh 60 atang as per questions we will pay in the next year oh insa hela hi provision for tax po mo temenyo provision for tax po mo temenya oh so this is how you do it oh question number 21 kan betul John let's come to the next question question number 9 hi kana now oh question number 9 kana now question number 9 from the following balance sheet as on 31st December 2013 and 14 you are required to calculate cash flow from operating activities for the year ended 31st December 2014 oh cash flow from operating activities ya kanan dona ni pero operating activities sa chon kan chet chu only current assets and current assets le current liabilities so operating activities akan da the tro le he financing activity item anya eng madangai lo ba reserves chu kan danga current liability poro assets side kan en phatang non current assets chu fixed assets anya tro he investing activities akan nga. Oh, only we will see this current assets. Oh, left. Reserve and surplus to profit and loss account niya. Emi question himo question number 9 here diklaba. Bank loan himo. Bank loan is or he question adiklaba he non current liability to. Oh, bank loan he non current liability to niya. So current liability to account payable le provision. See oh he adiklaw ni question he oh no siyam charo. Bank loan will be non current liability. Current liability ani lo long term liability ani. Long term liability ani chuan operating activities akan ta thei lo. Oh current liability to accounts payable and provision for tax. Le kan chokang question. Oh question number 9. Hmm. Wala ko. Kung ede oh budget na ka. Ano lang eh. Wala oh kan song. Question number 9 ka na na. Oh cash flow from operating activities. Hmm. Cash flow from operating activities. Oh, format he can just put on. Then we will understand. Oh, question number 9. Pero, mm, yeah. Net profit, net profit before tax and extraordinary items. Throw. Then add decrease in current assets. Then again add increase in current liabilities. Throw. Less increase in current assets. Oh, then again less decrease in current assets. Format then we'll move forward. Question and taila. Question and taila. Current assets atang kantanang. Inventory kumtira inventory kan nature 1,25,000 mananya tro. Where is my calculator? Inventory kan nature 1,25,000 anya 92,500 to pachon 92,500 ay ito nito. 1,25,000 atang 92,500 minus taila. Difference kan nature 32,500 anya tro. Hey kanen to so cash inflow ni outflow ti kanen nga tro. Kan stock inventory to stock kanya kan stock ni isa ka atli matro. Kumtira tang kanen jon kumtira chon 1,25,000 anya kumtopa 92,500 man stock siya kan ito tro. Misa cho bungro stock kan sal chuak ti na nya. Sal chuak ni chon cash alut do na tro. Cash alut ni chon kan edang decrease in current assets chon inventory kan tiang. Ezang 32,500 paisa lut nga kan edang net profit kan line. Net profit kan line now. Sorry. Let's do this first. Net profit kan line now. Statement of profit and loss account profit ako manicho. 2030 na profit kan nacho balance kan nacho 100,625 tro. 40 na chuan 1,13,250 ani to tro. Profit kan nacho 12625 during the year profit kan siam cho 12625. 12625 tro. Next ka na lang. cash inflow tro accounts receivable hi nge kha accounts receivable chu paisa kan dong tur tro kum tira paisa dong tur kan nei chu 1 lakh noi khatania kum to pa 80250 tro 1 lakh ani thina kum to pa chuan 80250 ani chon difference en jang kha 19750 hei hi inflow nge outflow kan ti chuan nge niang hei hi inflow ani le bokang tro achan chu kum tira paisa kan dong tur kan nei khan noi khatania kum to pa chuan 80250 ani to ni tro paisa kan dong to tina anim so inflow ani ang tro inflow ani chuan kan edang decrease in current assets accounts receivable oh 19750 52250 oh easy easy le hey hey kanti to cash le bank chu da ngai lo ta now let's come to the current liabilities oh current liabilities are accounts payable hi and tai la accounts payable chu nge kha paisa kan pek tur khatro kum tira paisa kan pek tur kan nei chu 1,87,500 ania oh kum to pa chon a niam to ni paisa kan pek tur kha tro kan liability a niam ani chon om cha chu liability kan rule swak to tina oh zaya difference 1,875,000 minus 1,375,000 to 50,000 ania tro 50,000 ania difference 50,000 man liability kan rule to tina kan pe swak to tina oh hey kum tira 1,87,500 ania kum to pa kan liability niam to ni tro om ja chu kan pe chuak to tina 50,000 hi oh cash inflow nge outflow niang le paisa chuak ani chon cash outflow niang tro decrease in current liabilities akan je kang oh decrease in current liabilities accounts payable oh 50,000 a chuaka minus in kan je kang oh easy now let's come to provision for tax provision for tax hi kan en to tro two situation om thea if no adjustment is given question here and taula eng adjustment om lavatro adjustment om lavani chan we will treat it as what we will treat it as normal current liabilities oh current liabilities ang in country tang he oh current liabilities ang in country tang oh if there is adjustment we will have to prepare the account tro le kum tira 37,500 ania kum to pa chon 43750 enjang difference le 6250 tro 6250 in increase tro increase in each one koi kan dang increase in current liabilities provision for tax oh 6250 kan edang om sa tiyan om sa to hi om lo patro kan rapanga then you bring it up then you bring this up le ikan answer chu kan chu thang oh le 12,625 plus 52250 plus 6250 minus 50,000 to 21125 oh cash flow from operating activities to 21125 21125 entertainment ma'am easy 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 right pero all maximum provision for tax can explain le lo kango provision for tax can explain le lo kango hey kala convince lo le 2013 le 14 kan na tro 37,500 oh le kan analyze le lo kang intrithiam du chon provision for tax oh intrithiam du chon kan analyze le oh le mase as per your syllabus ingma information om lo chon you treat it as normal liabilities right but how it works in real life kan intrithiam oh le 2013 le 2014 tro zai kha provision for taxes 37,000 kum to pa 2013 kum to pa provision kan si mga tro son kum to pa kan ni chu 43 again in 2014 43750 oh accounting kan sa thiamang oh by balance bt 37,500 kum to pa balance kan ni chu 43750 oh le e ka ti kha 2013 na provision kan siam hi 2013 na provision tax kan chu thi next year akan pay ka nga tro 2014 akan pay ka nga Om ja chu ta hen bank account. Hemi 30 opening balance 37,500 kan ni hi tun kuma kan pay ka ngai to bank. Oh, 37,500. In 30 hey. This is the text for the 2013 period. Profit and loss account na chon kan dang hal to atro. Kan dang hal kan ti chon inge. Oh, ka flip to pat ito. Okay. Then entry here sa tiyam tayo la. Then entry achon profit and loss account debited to provision for tax. Kami entry kan pasa nga. Oh, 37,500, 37,500. Entry kan pass to here 31st 12 2013 anya. Oh, kung to pa entry kan pass to here 37,500 hey. Kung to pa balance provision for tax account na balance kan ni 37,500 anya tro. Hey, profit and loss account na kan transfer to. Profit and loss account he kan tithiam to tro. Chuan liability kan siam to ni hey. Liabilities will always have credit balance. True. Okay, liability kum to pa 2013 kum to pa liability kan siam to. So profit and loss account na kan transfer to bo kani he. Helai. Hemi period chung tax kan chuti he ni atro. Profit and loss account na kan transfer to and liability thar kan siam to ni. Le. So next year kan pay kan ai to atro. Let's say any date. Let's say July 23 to lo pa. Let's say first Feb 2014 apet tai la taxi. Oh, hindi kan tiang entry to Paisa chuak to do na tro paisa chuak ani chon bank account kan credit anga nga achan chu bank account is a asset account. Whenever the value of asset reduces you credit the asset account. 37,500 kan pay anga, then provision for tax account here kan close to provision for tax account. Oh hey, provision for tax account kan close to amja chu 2013 period a tax kan chut kha profit and loss account kan transfer to tro 2013 a chon bank account a 2014 a kan adjust Tony. Oh, can pitch hawk Totina. Okay. So see, the period of this tax will be paid on 2014, 37,500. Oh, into the So let's see for this period 2013, 2014. Hey, kum to pa again provision kan siem le donani. Oh, provision kan siem le donani. 31st December 2014. Same entry. Profit and loss account kan debit nga to provision for tax. Oh, 43,000. 43750 43750 hai into the so see P&L account akan transfer to tro profit and loss account kan tiniam to and liability thar kan siam to bokani. Oh, so this will be paid on the year 2015 into the so the period the tax of this period will be taken to the profit and loss account, but it will be paid in the next year. Easy, you can analyze. Oh, too much of extra knowledge. Okay. Let's move to the next question. Question number 26. Mark it as important. Oh, mark it as important. Question can see detail in can oh, hey. The profit of Robin Limited after appropriation was 250. The profit was arrived after taking into consideration the following items: depreciation, loss on sale, goodwill written off, provision for tax, transfer to general reserve, gain on sale of fixed assets, fixed tangible machinery. Okay. Additional information: trade receivables all good, trade payables, inventory, income received in advance, outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses. You are required to calculate cash flow from operating activities. Oh, very confusing, sir. Yeah, don't worry. Oh, let's come to the format. Let's come back to the format of cash flow from operating activities. Let's come back to the format. Oh, let me format soon. Format of cash flow from operating activities. Page number 115. Page number 115. Indirect method anya. Direct method to insert la. Indirect method. Performa hi kanenang. Format hi kanenang. Cash flow from operating activities. Cash flow from operating activities. Cash flow from operating activities. net profit first kan da tur chu net profit before tax and extraordinary items. Oh, net profit before tax and extraordinary items kan da patanga. Then add non-operating expenses. Add non-operating expenses. Then less non-operating income. Less non-operating income. Oh, then we will have operating income before working capital changes. Oh, then decrease in current assets, increase in current liabilities, increase in current assets, decrease in current liabilities. And yang atro, cash generated from operations, then income tax paid. Then at last we will have net cash flow from operating activities. Sir, format to country. Intimate sir, format to country. Okay, but we will understand it. Don't worry. Oh, cash flow from operating activities amo. Hey, hello, zia clear. Hey, hello, zia clear. Crux. Cash flow from operating activities ang item niya kandang. Cash flow from operating activities chuan ang item niya kandang kan ti chuan only items related to current assets and current liabilities. Hey chu kan siang to tro. Operating activities chuan only current assets and current liabilities. Oh, next insert the tur chu only operating expenses and operating incomes. Oh, zia chu mo. Zia chu cash flow from operating activities amo. Non-operating expenses le non-operating income nanda thelo. Ah, helahi thathiamula. Cash flow from operating activities are only current assets and current liabilities. True. And non-operating expense le non-operating income kanda thelo tina. Oh, operating activity anya. Kan endu chu. What is the actual cash flow? What is the actual cash flow from operating activities? Operating activities atong inge actual cash flow, inge actual cash profit kanen dua. Tro, inge actual cash profit kanen dua. Ani chuan non-operating expenses le non-operating income. Operating activities akan da thelo. Ah, sir kan la khethiam lo. In la khethiam lo ba. Ah, inge non-operating expense le inge non-operating income ti kanen ang. Okay? Then we will understand. Okay? Le non-operating expenses hi entire. Non-operating expenses. These expenses here non-operating operations na ing relation na ilaw tina. Business operation and relation na ilaw tina. Oh, ka-explain ang don't worry. These expenses do not result in outflow of cash. Hemi expense paisa chuak ngai lo. Oh, these expenses do not result in outflow of cash. Cash chuak laba, but the net profit is reduced. Cash chuak laba mase kan profit atiniyam. Oh, due to the effect of these expenses. Oh, non-operating expense means non-operating expenses or losses means paisa chuak laba, cash chuak laba, mase kan profit kan titniam thau. Oh, in other words, expenses and losses not concerned with day-to-day affairs of the business. Oh, not concerned with day-to-day business affairs of business are known as non-operating expenses. Hela hipoi money. Oh, inge non-operating expense too. Those expenses or losses which has no relation with day-to-day business activity. Oh, example too, depreciation te, amortization of intangible assets, loss on sale of non-current assets. Hey, kan amount. Oh, left. Let's come to non-operating expenses. Expense to country ang atro. Example nga ni thela. Salary te, rent te, office expense te, tro. Chuan electricity bill te, stationery expense te, tro. Expense tam takom thea. Okay. Profit and loss account hi entai la. Profit and loss account hi siam tai la. Profit and loss account is a nominal account. The rule will be debit all expenses or losses. Debit side that's on all expenses and losses kan danga. Credit side that's on all incomes or gains kan dang. Pero debit side that's on all expenses or losses. Credit side that's on all incomes or gains. De. Operating expense kan tihi mo inge. Operating expense ni chon, it relates to the day-to-day business activity. Pero non-operating expense ni chon, it has no relation with day-to-day business activity. Pero operating expenses ni chon, it has relation with day-to-day business activity. Non-operating expense ni chon, it has no relation with day-to-day business activity. Operating expense hi kan pek ngai paisa in kan pek ngai. Example chu ngai yang salary to employees. Salary to employee. Mi kan chora tro. Na tok turin kan office ai mo kan dora. Mi kan chor thina tro. An lo kan pek ngai em. Kan pek ngai thin tro. Salary to employee chu pek ngai. Ngai. Tro pek ngai. Salary hi pelo tai la. Min chua san me ang tro. Na an tok pe te lo. Lon nei lo chon. In se tiam em pek ngai em. Pek ngai. Salary pelo wila. Nan thok du lo wanga tro nan thok du lo chon business hen ting kan ran pheng dora antilan dor kan ne tro dora customer kan ne customer handle tur tu ma om lo chon tu min dor pe kan business top me don sin tro business top me don sin om je chu kan pek ngai ni hil pek ngai ni chon poisa chok ngai don na tro poisa chok ngai don chon ta hen kan da nga antilan tu salary ti tai la expense ania tro expense ania poisa chok ngai hey poisa chuaka kan profit an hiam bok ani tro poisa cash kan pe dona tro antilan lekha ziak tai la hei salary tu singkha ti tai la chon lekha hi pe tai la tu nge duang tu kan du lo bong tro poisa chuak ngai ni inti mem poisa chuak nga kan profit po hiam don ani expense ani tro debit side da profit and loss account na da ngai oh le another example to rent lua man tro building kan lua emo dor kan lua lua man pe lo tai la building nei tun min na chok me ang tro tambera 2 months so inge luaman pelopon min luatir mai the min phe mai the ma se not more than 2 months tro luaman po pe thadu lo chok mai ro min ti me ang tro kan building kan lua dor kan honga tro luaman kan pelaba min luatir lo wanga business top mai don sin tro so what you have to understand is rent kan pek ngai em kan pek ngai ni chuan it's a operating expense oh salary po hi kan pek ngai ni chuan it's a operating expense it has relation with day to day business operation tro rent less salary hi kan pelo chuan kan day to day business operation at top mai don tro so it will go to the profit and loss account again hey rent chu sumin poisa kan pek ngai nga tro poisa chuak nga kan profit pon hiam don ani entertainment so this is an example of operating expenses oh operating expenses le chon mo item pakhat depreciation ti kan nei china depreciation chu inge kha depreciation will always be charged on fixed assets value alutna tla hiam don tro depreciation yan alutna ti hiam don ani alutna ti hiam don tro and then an example a machinery hi rupees 50,000 in kan le tro kumtin a value an hiam don ani om je chu and then an phone hi sing khatin ka leita ka phone hi oh acha tolo to ngai nom to lai ka phone poi sing khatin ka leita 3 years back sing khatin ka le tro 3 years back sing khatin ka leita kumthum huwa sing khatin sal du ta ila tu ngai le du tu man le du lo bang tro achan chu a value an hiam to ni market da tu na bazara second hand phone le du ta ila 3000 pon heavy phone hi kan le du kan le the ka le tu ro me the ni tro 4000 pon le tu ro me the entertainment a value at lan hem to ni sing khatin ka le tro sing khatin ka thal swak te to la bang oh achan chu a value at lan hem to chu it's a depreciation it has depreciated the value of this phone has depreciated oh left so depreciation here zange and now let's say depreciation per annum kumtin depreciation kan charge to hi 10,000 ni ta se oh he kumtira balance kan nei chunia 101 2013 ti taila kumtira kan machinery balance hi 50,000 ania depreciation hi kumto pa kan charge ni ngai tro kumto pa depreciation kan chut ni ngai kumto pa depreciation kan charge tur hi 10,000 ni ta se oh le journal entry pass taila journal entry pass taila kan machinery hi 50,000 atang a value kan ti hiam do na tro a value ti hiam tu chu 10,000 ania 10,000 in kan machine value an hiam do ni tro machinery is an asset machinery is an asset asset will always have debit balance a value kan hiam chuan kan credit anga pun chuan kan debit ang tro entertainment or understand it this way assets will always have debit balance if the value reduces are if the value of asset increases debit the asset account if the value of asset reduces credit the asset account tro a value atlan him do na tro kan credit angai don ni to machinery account le 50,000 in kan credit anga tro 50,000 in kan credit anga so inge kan debit ang depreciation account kan debit ang depreciation account kan debit ang 10,000 tro chon kan hret chu depreciation account is a nominal account nominal ani chon kum to pa kan close ni ngai tro entinge kan close ang hi hey 31st December a tho pass tu le again 31st December a entry pakhat kan pass le anga oh profit and loss account hi kan ti hiamang achan chu loss ani tro kan asset al hutna ta hiam do na sing khatin tro hutna ta hiam ani chon business tan chon loss ani tro loss ani chon khoi kan transfer ang profit and loss account a profit kan ti hiam de ang profit and loss account hi nominal account ni rule chu debit all expenses or loss ani tro loss ani chon profit and loss account hi kan debit angai oh kan debit angai to depreciation account hi kan close de ang he instead debit ani tro che kan credit a close chi ani chu oh hey entry pan hi en taula hemi entry hi en taula cash involvement o mem cash involvement o mem cash involvement o mem om lo shim tro cash hey cash account kan mang lo shim mà se kan profit ati hiamem kan profit ati hiamatro cash and hiam lova kan profit ati hiamani so this is an example of non operating losses non operating expense or non operating loss in hiamem depreciation hi charge lo ta ila profit and loss account transfer lo ta ila eng ma business a problem kan nei lobang in hiamem depreciation hi profit and loss account da lo ta ila eng ma tu man min chok lobang tu man min ban sing lobang tro so it's an example of non operating expense day to day business and relation ani lo ni chu achan chu kum khata voi khacho kan charge don hai kum khata voi khacho kan calculate don tro chon cash involves lova profit sia kan ti hiam tro hey intraday so this is an example of non operating expense oh le kan thiam oh now we'll come back to the operating activities oh depreciation chu in thiam to tro depreciation in thiam to anga oh le profit and loss account kan siam thina hey salary kan da tro debit side ta to rent oh so hey depreciation po hi profit and loss account na sing khat kan transfer to tro to depreciation hi sing khat kan transfer to oh debit side kan da tro debit side kan da hian kan profit hi kan net profit hi sing khatina hi mem ti kan na ngai ni oh sing khatina hi do na tro let's say gross profit hi 50,000 ti taila salary hi 10,000 ni ta se hey hi 5,000 ni ta se oh depreciation hi 10,000 ani tro left net profit hi zai nyang 25 50 minus 25 to 25,000 ani ang tro net profit hi oh depreciation minus to nuwa kan profit hi zang 25,000 tro le depreciation hi lo ta se depreciation hi lo ta se kan profit hi zai nyang 35,000 ani ang tro depreciation lo ta se kan profit chu asang don ni 35 depreciation kan da che hian kan profit hi sing khatin hiam atro hey sing khatin hiam chia tikhan in so see salary a cash kan pay atro paisa choka rent a po paisa kan pay ni ngai this is an example of operating expense hi operating expense ania oh ma se depreciation hi anula depreciation at chun paisa chuak lo cash a chuak lo wa ma se kan profit kan ti ni mani oh no outflow of cash paisa chuak chu zero anya tro but profit reduced profit hi kan ti ni ama tro exact ni kan ti ni am kan profit hi 10,000 in kan ti ni ama tro cash flow from operating activities kan endua actual cash profit kan endu ni actual cash inflow outflow actual cash profit kan endua tro 10,000 in kan profit an hiam to kan siam dik du ni tro kan siam dik du ani chon profit kan add back leang kan plus leang profit hi sing khal kan plus leanga tikhan adik chiang inchetiam kan minus to tro kan profit 10,000 in kan ti hiam to so 25,000 kan chu thi actual cash profit ani lo ni hi actual cash profit ani lo achan chu non cash item po om to he non cash item po kan transfer kan debit to tro actual cash profit ani lo actual cash profit ani lo tro he actual cash profit ani lo chuan en teng kan tiang depreciation kan minus to hi kan add back leanga kan add leanga 10,000 oh tikhan kan profit hi 35,000 ani chiang tikhan hi adik le chi inchetiam hela hi kan add back na chan hi achan chu this is a non cash item inchetiam easy so hey performa hi and taila performa hi and taila non operating expenses hi kan add back thin hey profit a hian kan plus le thin ani kan plus le thin oh depreciation om the tro ta hen depreciation om the so depreciation hi kan plus back le oh entertainment tiang bokin loss on loss on sale of fixed loss on sale of non current assets loss on sale of fixed assets te amortization hi nge kan che tanga amortization is same as depreciation oh depreciation chu fixed assets are kan charge ang je chu tangible assets assets kan khoi thele kan hu thea kan charge ang depreciation oh amortization chu intangible assets are kan charge ang the nature is same asset kan tin hiam don ni cash chok lovin asset kan tin hiam don but the name is different oh intangible assets ani chon amortization ani anga tangible assets ani chon depreciation ani ang okay it's same le loss on sale of non current assets loss on sale oh he thiam le taila last nan he thiam le taila machinery book value kan nei hi 50,000 ti taila oh sold for 40,000 in control choka oh 40,000 in control choka 50,000 man machinery hi 40,000 in control chok oh ani jon loss kan ne nga tro loss chen sang ne sing khat kan nga tro jon entry in thiam taila le machinery ati kan ti hiam nga ya tro achan chu asset ania kan thal chok to do na machinery account kan credit anga 50,000 paisa singli alu do na tro cash account kan debit anga anga 40,000 oh le le enru debit side a difference o matro difference o na chan chu loss wanga nia profit and loss account na kan debit de ang profit and loss account kan debit ani chon loss dina nia hai P&L account debit side a chon debit all expenses le loss kan da thina tro hai 10,000 hi loss kan transfer to ni oh cash loot chu en jang e 10,000 ani hai cash loot chu sorry cash loot chu 40,000 chau nia oh 10,000 a cash alut lo shim tro ma se kan profit kan ti ni amani hai entertainment actual cash profit kan en do chuan kan plus back kan add leang entertainment profit a kan add leanga adik chiang kan cash flow sta kan cash flow statement hi entertainment oh ta hian right ta hian loss on sale of non-current assets te tro depreciation written off te kan da nga entertainment ta hian loss on sale of non-current assets oh tiang bokin non operating income hi kan thiam non operating income kan thiam non-operating income. Oh, non-operating income kan siya tiyang. Le, example cuma profit on sale of machinery ti tayo la. Oh, book value here rupees 50,000 ti tayo la. Hmm. Sold for rupees 60,000. Oh, sold for rupees 60,000. Singaman machinery hi sing rukin kan khala tro. Profit kan nei chu engzang rupees 10,000. Lemo het ta hen thil pakhat ka ad le du chu mo. Ikan in phethiam lo pan. Oh, hemi machinery kan khala tro, machinery kan khala tro loss kan nei hi. Oh, operating activity aniem. Operating expense aniem. Operating loss aniem. Oh, to day to day business activity in relation aniem. Machinery hi ni tin kan khal sok thina ni. Ai tro kum khata boy khat an me thea kum hnia boy khatte tro ipad kan ita hi kum hni ka mang to ni tro kum hni ka mang to I can use it for more 3 years tro ala thalu to kum thum kalam hang the ka upgrade do ni chon thu san ni ma se ka sal du lo ni chon kum thum theng ang char char the ni oh so this is not day to day business activity. What is my day to day business activity? Teaching tro that's my operations entertainment. So non-operating ani atro non-operating ani chon operating activities akan da thelo ani chon loss in kan profit atin hi mga kan plus back leang in you can understand this way also. Oh le journal entry in setiam taila hi journal entry in setiam taila oh machinery kan sal do na tro to machinery kan credit anga 50,000 man hi kan sal swak do na tro cash lu tur chu 60,000 ania cash account debit 60,000 hi kan profit kan ni na tro profit and loss account 10,000 hai. Profit and loss account can credit to atro. Ani chon credit side so debit is for all expenses or losses. Credit is for all incomes or gains hai. Income or gain ani to atro. Credit side da 10,000 kan da to nga. 10,000 kan da nga atro. 10,000 credit side da kan da bang hian kan profit hi 10,000 inas pung do na ni. Tro a increase do na ni. Non-operating expense niya. Day-to-day business operation and relation na nila. Tro, masay kan profit at isang to ni, sing katin at tipong to ni. Tro, kan siyam dikdu ani. So, ente kan tiyang, kan minus liang hi. Profit at rang kan minus liang ha, tikhan adikle siyang. Insa tiyang, so, expense ani chon kan profit and loss account na kan minus ang ayang atro. Cash flow statement na kan plus liang. Oh, non-operating expense ani chon. Non-operating income ani chon, income niya. Profit at isang do na tro. Cash flow statement na chon kan minus ang adikle siyang. Insa tiyang, hey hey line ni ta se hey x axis ni ta se oh loss ni chon kan profit atin hiam do na tro kan minus chon kan loss atin hiam do na kan siam dik du chon kan plus le ngai do na ti khana dik le chiang in the mem gain ni chon kan profit ati sang do na ati increase do na tro apung do na kan siam dik du chon hey apung chon kan plus to tin ani tro kan siam dik du chon kan minus anga kan tin hiam le nga se mem ti khana dik le chiang oh in the mem easy easy. Let okay. So about to format niya. About to format niya. Oh, hey. About to hey chu kan thiam to tro. Le. Hey. Chu jong chu. Hey. Profit net profit before tax and extraordinary items hey hi nakina question ka explain le chunga. Ta hian non operating expense hey expense ni chu kan minus to tro profit and loss account na kan siam dik dua kan plus back liang. Oh, income ni chu kan add to tro add ni chu hemi profit kan add to nga tro kan siam dik du chon kan minus anga he tikhan insa mem he hi bracket down to oh kan minus anga tikhana dik me don ani oh insa mem easy to cash flow statement he ba ha to eng mam lo oh le son question number kan chok class question kan chok nga son kan tu to kang oh question number 26 kan chok nga son kan tu to kang question number 26 है ही important oh very important langin lochin chero oh the question he kan cherang or let's do one thing a statement he a performa he kan siam phatang oh performa he kan siam phatang the cash flow statement cash flow from operating activities oh cash flow from operating activities akan set so we will only keep current assets and current liabilities and only operating expense and operating income. Om ja chu non operating expense le non operating income. Non operating expense le non operating income om thei lo tina. Tro non operating expense le non operating income om thei lo tina. Format performa hi kan ziak patanga, then we will understand the question. Oh, first akan datur chu net profit before tax and extraordinary items. Tro net profit before tax. Tax kan profit and loss account na tang tax kan minus ma le extraordinary items swing yang profit atang January cha pa profit transfer ani chon. Oh, kami transfer ma le profit and loss sorry tax profit and loss account na kan da main inge profit kan nei ti kanen don ani. Oh, tahan working note number 1 kan sia kang. Oh, san pain note kan sia kang. Working note a. Oh, let next kan nei chu add non-operating expense. Tro, non-operating expense. Profit and loss account na. Debit side kan dachon kan profit at inhiem do na. Tro, non-operating anya. Operation and relation ani la ba. Om je chu operating activities akan da thelo. Tro, so kan add kan plus lianga. Tro, ti kan adik chiang non-operating expenses. Oh, ang zang item pathum kan ya space kan da nga. Oh, 1 2 3 le. Next, less non-operating incomes. Oh, hey, and the one. Tahan profit tahan profit kan ita. Tro, profit non-operating expense kan plus le ani chon kan add back ani chon profit a declare si adon ni. Tro, operating profit a declare si adona. Chon income profit atang income profit achon kan add to nga tro atira kan minus le nga kan declare si ang unsa ti mem le pati kan ita. So we have net profit before working capital changes. Oh, net profit before working capital changes. Chan add decrease in current assets. Current assets are decreased kanina nga. Then one item oma. Then add increase in current liabilities kanina nga. Tro, increase in current liabilities kanina nga. Item pakat ta. Then we will less increase in current asset. Oh, increase in current assets kan add nga. How much item? 1 2 item pani oma. Then at end we will less decrease in current liabilities. Draw item pani omlea. Then with this you have your cash flow. Cash generated from operating activities. I mean here format ka. Cash generated from operations. Cash generated from operations. Then ato pa tax om chuan tax kan minus ang tax paid. Draw. Text to can pick then at the end you will have cash flow from operating activities. Oh, the can format in ziak put ang exam apo. Oh, now let's analyze the question. Let's first prepare note number 1. Working note number 1. Net profit before tax and extraordinary items. Net profit before tax and extraordinary items. Le questions here ila. See, let's read this line. The profit of Rover Limited after appropriation was 2,50,000. Oh, after appropriation was 2,50,000. The profit was arrived at after taking into consideration the following items. Oh, hey, the profit was arrived. Hey, me profit kan he after taking into consideration the following items. Hey, me items adjust on huwa profit kan he 2 lakh 50. Oh, depreciation on fixed assets chu inge non-operating expense ania tro non-operating expense ani chon kan add back anga hi tro loss on sale of fixed assets hi non-operating expense thau ania tro kan add back anga goodwill written off goodwill kan write off amje chu amortization of goodwill kan write off goodwill kan write off chon kan profit at niam don ani admission a in zero bok anga tro existing goodwill om chon kan write off nge ngai admission a chon partnership a chon partners capital account can transfer thina tro but in case of companies profit and loss account can transfer ang loss ania goodwill to asset intangible asset ania tro intangible assets can write off dona a value can strike off to don ni balance sheet atang tro goodwill asset ania asset value can write off kan tihniam to al hutna om to lapa kan tihniam to don ni tro so it's a loss it will be taken to the what it will be taken to the profit and loss account hey po hi it's an item of non operating expense kan minus ang tro profit and loss account chon kan minus to nga kan profit at niam to don ni so kan siam dik du chon non operating item ania kan siam dik du chon kan plus back ang he kan add back ang le provision for tax chu ashan pain kan zia kanga he po hi ashan pain ania nga then gain on sale of fixed assets this is item of non operating incomes so kan minus don ani tro kan minus don ani hey endo this profit is after taking into consideration the following items tro depreciation loss on sale goodwill hi ashan pain non operating expense akan danga tro chon gain on sale of fixed assets hi ashan pain non operating income akan da dona tro so we are left out with these two items so we are left out with these two items so we will take this into consideration kan chu to chu net profit before tax net profit before tax and appropriation chu extraordinary items ania profit atang transfer to general reserve mga tro nantinan profit za kan ita hemi profit atang general reserve action kan transfer thinani tro so what we need hemi kan transfer to kan transfer in inge kan profit ti kan enduni net profit before tax and extraordinary items 2 lakh 50 min pek this is net profit after all these adjustments insa mem adjustment to huwa profit kan nei hi 2 lakh 50 ania profit kan du chu before all these adjustments then first kan inge kan dachin ka net profit before tax first line chon mo only net profit before tax and extraordinary items kan na chon thil dang chu non operating expense le non operating income adjustment kan siam don ani insa mem so what we have to do here is net profit hi nge net profit min pek hi 2 lakh 50 ania tro kan du chu net profit before tax and extraordinary items hey net profit after everything ania tro after ani chon kan add back anga kan plus le anga we will have to plus provision for tax hey provision for tax kan minus to no profit ania kan du chu net profit before tax tro before kan dua hey after ania ani chon kan add back anga tro enjang kan add back ang provision for tax enjang 35,000 hey kan plus le anga tikhan kan profit declare siang we will find out profit before tax hey kan add back chon profit before tax kan huang extraordinary items som chu transfer to general reserve te hey po hi kan plus le anga transfer to general reserve enjang general reserve and transfer hi 17,500 17,500 hi kan plus le anga tikhan you get net profit before tax and extra items 2 lakh 50 plus 35,000 plus 17,500 so 302500 302500 in kalau explain lang first akan du chu net profit before tax and extraordinary items anya tax le extraordinary items before profit kan du atro 2 lakh 50 question in tax net profit min pek hi this is after all the adjustments adjustment to nu profit ania hi hemi adjustment to nu profit ania tro kan du chu before profit kan dua tro 2 lakh 50 hian enti kan tiang kan plus back le anga tikhan declare siang le 302500 hi 30 le non operating expense te hi kan dato uh, depreciation hinia, then loss on sale, goodwill written off hi add back leila. Oh, depreciation hin jang 20,000 and plus le don hi chan loss on sale of fixed assets 2,000, then goodwill written off 9,000. Pero 31,000 31,000 hi kan plus back le ti kan profit dik chiang. Now we will find out this is what non operating expense ani tro. Cash flow from operating activity kanana kan siam atro non operating expense te chu aum thelo ni mase he hong hi profit and loss account achon kan transfer to anga tro kan profit an hiam to don ni cash flow from operating activities achon kan add back anga inte temem tikhan kan siam dik chawang screen hi kan siam dik phatao ke ma technical de flek amo hai chapter hi voi tam takin revise sangai next non operating incomes kan nei chu gain on sale of machinery he hi kan less sang tro he hi kan minus anga gain on sale of fixed assets ang sang 8,000 kan minus anga tro so you have 325500 325500 hey he net profit before working capital changes next increase and decrease in current assets kan ento hela hi trade receivables all good je chu eng ma bad debts lo tina le kumtira paisa dong tur kan nei hi 50 ania kumto pa chuan 62,000 ani to ni tro he hi analyze le taila trade receivables su paisa kan dong tur khania tro trade receivables su paisa kan dong tur te ania 50,000 atira paisa kan dong tur hi 50,000 ania kumto pa 62 ani to ni tro kan paisa dong tur kha apung to ni tro apun na chan hi nge kan ti kha trade receivables will have relation with credit sales lecture number 1 hi in an nge ngai lecture number 1 hi in an nge ngai ka explain ta kan hi le he pun na chan nge kan ti kha additional credit sale tro bain bungro kan lei belanga 12,000 man bungro kan lei belanga tro 12,000 man bungro kan lei belanga entertainment 12,000 man bungro kan lei bel ani chuan credit sales a increase chuan kan hriat chu sales a pun chuan kan profit po apung don ani tro a increase don ani profit a increase don ani tro he ka explain to ni lecture number 1 hi in an nge don ya youtube aga da le sales a increase chuan kan profit po increase anga tro ma se credit sales ania paisa chu a increase lo paisa chu lut lo shrim tro no cash inflow lo shrim ma se kan profit kan increase tro kan siam dik du chuan profit hi kan minus lenga 12,000 hi kan minus lenga tikhana dik chiang tro le he increase ani chuan kan minus ang tro increase in current assets khonge increase in current assets chu ta hian account receivable ami trade receivable hi 12,000 in kan minus liang next bills payable chu paisa kan pek tur khatro kumtira paisa kan pek tur enjai kan nei le bills payable kumtira paisa kan pek tur chu 45,000 trade payable 45 kumtira paisa pek tur kan nei chu 45,000 ania kumtopa 55 ani to ni tro trade payable will have relation with credit purchase omja chu during this period hemi period sungin bungra kan label tina enzaman nge 10,000 man bungra kan label atro tira paisa kan pek tur kha 45,000 ania kumto pa 55,000 into tro increase na than chu additional credit purchase bungra kan label bain bungra kan label atro ba nia paisa chu chuak la panga tro cash outflow chu ni la panga cash outflow om la panga ma se kan hriat chu kan purchase kan credit purchase a increase chuan kan profit an hiam don ani hei ka discuss to lecture number 1 le kan profit kan purchase a increase chuan kan profit an hiam don atro ma se cash alu don lo ni cash a chuk don lo bain kan leita tro bungro bain kan leya paisa chuak la ba ma se kan profit an hiam to ni tro 10,000 in an hiam anga so kan siam dik du chuan te kan tiang profit hi 10,000 in kan add back ang 10,000 kan add lenga kan plus lenga ti khan adik chiang actual cash profit kan nei chiang ti kan le kan add don atro so where is the add here increase in current liabilities trade payable 10,000 kan add back don ani 10,000 kan add plus kan add back le next inventory chu stock ania tro stock ania kumtira stock kan nei chu 12,000 man ania kumto pa 8,000 man omatro amja chu during the year stock bungla kan thal tro 4,000 man kan thal chuak ani chon paisa lu tanga tro decrease in current assets inventory 4,000 man kan thal paisa lu tang cash inflow amanga tro pakhat item pakhat chiania outer column a kan zia kang easy so next income received in advance hi liability ania in chia tanga he lo sheme ro ka explain chon in void ona explain lo me income received in advance chu inge liability expenses paid in advance to asset ania income received in advance to kan liability le in them du chon to pa ka explain ta bang le 8,000 liability hi 8,000 atang 0 ani to tro omje chu reduction decrease in current liability ania decrease in current liability ani chon ta hen kan zia kang income received in advance 8,000 tro next outstanding expenses chu paisa expense kan pek tur kan la pelo tro 6,000 atong 3,000 ani to tro omja chu kan liability ania kan liability 3,000 man liability kan peto tro liability kan pek chuan paisa chuak nga tro cash outflow ania nga so here you write here less outstanding expenses 3,000 man liability kan rule to tikhan 11,000 kan minus the 11,000 kan minus the tikhan le le next prepaid expenses chu prepaid expenses chu current asset ania tro 0 atang 5,000 ani to umja chu kan current asset a increase tro asset a increase ani chuan ta hian kan zia kang prepaid expenses 5,000 nga punga tro 17,000 tikhan item azawa tro let's find out cash from operations 302500 plus 31,000 minus 8,000 plus 4,000 plus 10,000 minus 17,000 minus 11,000 to 311,500. Cash generated from operations to 311,500. Le atopa tax kan pe ka nga tro le tan confusion thina tan confirm khuranga le adjustment of taxes here taila case pani matro case 1 le 2 case 2 chuka explain to che watro le case number 1 hi kanena when provision for tax account is not given in the balance sheet provision for tax account min pelautina case number 2 achon provision for tax account min petro case number 1 achon account chau min pe adjustment omlova case number 2 achon account oma adjustment ombokani tro case number 1 achon account omlo account min pelova only adjustment is there see in this case there will be an adjustment or additional information given in the question tahian adjustment additional information min pem question additional information ma'am yes matro hey provision for tax net profit before tax akan plus atro chon hi tax paid angin kan ngai liang hi kum ta pa tax kan pek ngi nga so this will be tax kan pek don chon paisa chuak don atro so outflow of cash a hian paisa chuak nga 35,000 kan minus 35,000 kan minus ani chon the cash flow will be 276500 cash flow from operating activities sarharan ti thina ka khong ai thin bo ka ma se a technical lu to ka mo hai chapter hi kan thathiam lo chon kan boi thin tem bera voi thum in zirangai ni lo chon in boi ang tem bera voi thum kan zirangi practice ni ngai voi thum tal ni lo chon in boi don okay so doesn't matter lo practice ula zonai nei chon kan doubt solving session kan ne anga kan ti le don ne le rei tol tu ka darkar khat le chan bevel ala kan la to atro du tok si ila So next class question number 8 chu kala tilapang 8 chu ai nang reng 26 nen du chon hei hi lo try ula or atopa kan tidon nia hi chu le question number 19 kan nga then investing activities akan lutang easy questioning kan nga then we will move with the difficult questions le so let's end the class here trying to chuan I chen in share zel nga lo share zel ula chuan offline in tuition kan pe boka du chuan offline online ka chu online le offline in kan pe thina in du chuan online in join the offline in join the le so let's end the class here. See you in the next class. Thank you very much.